Okay, so here I am in the woods. I'm in southwest central Connecticut, I guess you could say. Not too far from where I live. Uh, a friend of mine was deer hunting the other day, and he said, "Bob, God, there are mushrooms all over the place in the woods." And that's one thing I haven't done this year very much, mushroom hunting. So I figured I know some good spots that, in fact, should have some good mushrooms there. Some good mushrooms. So we're going to take a little walk in the woods and look for mushrooms. I know a place where there's some good hen of the woods if they're available. They should be around now. I picked some there a couple of years ago and they might have grown back. I didn't try last year. I had an uncle, my Uncle Joe. Hi Donna, if you're watching this. He used to pick what he called stumpies. I'm not quite sure. I ate his mushrooms one time. He would pick them, he said, right around Labor Day. He would go out and pick them. He told me the general idea one time of where they were on the side of a hill in Seymour, but he wouldn't get any closer than that, and he never took me with him. His daughter might know where to go. But they were delicious, and one time I was at my aunt and uncle's house, and they served the stumpies sauteed with bacon, onions, and sour cream. Oh, it was to die for. I've made them like that since. Different kinds of mushrooms you can make like that. There are a lot of deer in these woods, many deer. And what did I just see? Oh, got some deer pellets right there. You guys know what they look like when they're in the woods. These are pretty fresh. Okay, here's a mushroom. You know, it's possible that's edible, but I've always a little careful with those there. My Russian grandparents, I think, used to pick those mushrooms or something similar to them. My oldest brother would tell me about them. They had a name for them. But I know that some of those mushrooms that look like that can be poisonous, I think, to the extent that they'll upset your stomach. And I don't feel like having my stomach upset. So until I know more about those, and I hear they're not all that tasty anyway, but who knows. Here's some turkey tail mushrooms. They're not edible per se, but they make good infusion. Support the immune system and even a little bit anti-cancerous. I have a lot of these. These look a little old, but yeah, not bad. I could pick some of them. And what you do is I steep them and simmer them in water for an hour or so. It's got a nice mushroom soup. Okay, enough of that. Let me get a few. I'll gather a few of them. Okay, I didn't take them all. I just took some little bags worth. Look in the bag. I'll steep them a little bit. And it's nice just to drink it. I like to put a little salt in it. And you can add them to stew or to soup if you want. They're very healthy. All right, you can't eat them though. They're like worse than cardboard. Just stiff or horrible. Anyway, so I'm just pick up those turkey tails, and I see a little lean-to some kids built. So at least some kids aren't spending their lives playing video games after coming up here. Last time I was in these woods last year, I don't think this was here, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm walking along this ridge line right now. Oh, yeah, I really got lucky today actually. Another good amount of turkey tail, and these are fresher, so it's nice. You see them right there. I don't see anybody here today. A lot of people are working again, and so I have the woods all to myself, which is nice. Well, I made it to the top of this little hill. About 20 years ago, I was walking up here. There was some snow on the ground. It was maybe November, and I saw bear tracks. I said, "Oh my God!" And back then, nobody knew we had any bear in Connecticut. So I told my friends, and they looked at me and the family like. They looked at me askance like, "Oh, there are no bear around here." So okay, then later that year, a couple years later, people started seeing bears around all the way down on the coast of Milford. Now the bears are all over, and they're talking about having a hunting season for bear. Yeah, I don't think I'm interested in that. I like bears, although if there are too many of them, what are you gonna do? You know. Okay, now I have to go look for those mushrooms. Actually, there's a cave over here made of some rocks put together. I'm pretty sure some bears must use that in the winter time, so I stay away from that in the winter, from like November on, just in case I don't feel like running into a bear and disturbing his sleep. Okay, I came across one mushroom. This is the kind of mushroom you see in the woods. Don't even touch it. It looks like an amanita, and the amanita has one of those is the destroying angel. I just knocked it down. Stay away from these. This one is probably, this might be the poisonous one. Not too sure. There's some amanitas that are edible, but I don't bother with those type. You never know. Okay, and they say the poisonous one, the destroying angel, I think they call it. They say it's the best mushrooms you've ever tasted, and the last. Okay, anyway. Okay, I come across this stump here. To look at it, and looks like there's something starting to grow. All those little white spots. There are some of them. These are not edible, and I don't know if they have any value. They're somewhat similar to turkey tail, but they're not. Although that looks like a turkey tail right there. Yeah, okay, that's turkey tail. I'll leave that and let that grow. Maybe next year there'll be a lot more of them. But this side has some good mushrooms around here. I believe that's where it was. And there's some more turkey tail, but these are old. I'm not gonna mess with them. Oh, these are actually what they call false turkey tail. They say they might have medicinal properties, but they're not the real turkey tails, so I'll leave those alone. I don't think they're real turkey tails. You can tell by the bottom. The bottom has to be sort of like smooth, with little tiny pores. That one looks like it had larger pores, and that's not the true turkey tail. What is this? Oh, well, that may not be edible either. I'm not going to touch it. Again, that's the kind that it's either edible, or if it's not edible, it's not deadly, but you get sick, upset stomach or whatever, chucking up and everything, and I don't want to get into that. All right, well, I'm gonna have to walk back down the hill, and there's another area that I have to go to. Here I am, king of the woods. Up. Ho! How's it look? Ho! Ha! Anyway. Kinda nice up here. Alright. Gotta get down. Not bad for an old man. So, That was me, the king of the woods. Now where do I have to go? It's starting to get a little late. 3 o'clock, 3:30. Still have time though. First thing we found looks like a turkey feather. Now that's worth keeping. Turn it into a pen. Cool. And these are some kind of puff balls, but even if they're edible, they're already too far gone. But I don't know if those are edible, so leave those alone. Okay, after that great find, now we have to go through this gate here. There's some people, they ride their horses around here, so you have to keep this gate open and closed, even though it's not a very good gate. Whatever. And it was down here, well, for this path here that I found chanterelles a few years ago. So let's see if there are any around. Not sure this is the right season for them. Thought it was right sometime around this time, but we'll go take a look. Well, looks like some more turkey tails. Yeah. Worth getting. Won't be any mushrooms around here that I know of, unless we come across some nice puff balls, but I've never seen them around here, so I'm not going to expect to see any. Yum. Autumn olives. Those autumn olives, you can make jam out of if you want. They're pretty edible. They're sweet. A little tart, but sweet. Too many carbs, too many carbs. Oh well. Pick a few anyway, just for the hell of it. Tasty. Really quite good. Alright. Now I've had my share. A lot of them here. Okay, see, if we were living in a time when sugar and jam were very expensive, or we're not, we collect an awful lot of autumn olive fruit and eat them. Very tasty, nutritious. Look at them all. I think that's actually an invasive plant. You like my hat? I didn't know how else to carry that feather, so. Alright. There might be some mushrooms on the other side of this hill. I'm gonna have to walk up and climb over, see what happens. Wow. This barn has really gotten overgrown since the last time I saw it. And all these trees and bushes and everything have grown up the last few years. I actually did a painting of this when it wasn't so overgrown. It was a winter scene, so there's a little snow on the ground. Okay, people leaving. That was not here before. Huh. And this, what's this, an outhouse? Strange. No, it looks like a chicken coop. Well, this was not here before either. I haven't been here for a few years, this part of these woods. A buddy of mine told me that a beaver made a dam in this swamp down over here. The swamp is down over there, so I'm going to take a look, see if I can find a beaver home. Oh, I see. Okay. This swamp doesn't usually have this much water in it, even in the rainy season. Oh, looks like a dam right here. Okay, see that? Yeah, dammed it up. I don't see a beaver house. Definitely built a little dam right here, a little mud dam, basically, with some mud and wood, sticks and stuff. That's interesting. I'll be darned. Yeah, you never have a lake like this. This is amazing. Yeah, definitely a beaver living here somewhere. Yeah, I don't see any beaver house. It could be anywhere in there. It's a pretty big little lake that he made. I'll be darned. Well, we have a beaver living here. This is in Derby, Connecticut. Maybe one of these days in the fall, while the brush is gone, So look for the beaver's nest. It's got to be in there somewhere. I could walk over on the other side, but I'm not going to do that today. There's a little pine forest there I could walk over to. Okay, no, I don't see anything. All right. Oh, I could tell you a story. Oh, God, maybe 15 years ago, I was driving over the Broad Street Bridge in Seymour on Broad Street, which is the lower part of downtown Seymour. And I'm driving over, I see looks like a garbage bag in the middle of the road. You know, wide two-lane road. And as I approach it, it starts moving. It was a beaver. I think it had to weigh 200 pounds. It seemed like, I don't know. It's huge. And it waddled back to the other side of the road and the street and cut down into the river, which is the Naugatuck River. Don't know where he ended up. I don't think there are any dams on the Naugatuck River. It's too big. But there are a lot of streams that feed it. I never heard about that beaver again, but it was humongous. I couldn't believe my luck. When I least expected it, I found these. Hen of the woods, all around one stump. I had trouble getting him back to my vehicle. Okay. This was the best find ever had with mushrooms. Just I don't know what to do with them all. I'm going to, I guess, cook some up, have some for dinner tonight, and then I'm gonna have to try to dry some, I guess, and cook the rest up and freeze them in packets. These are good tasting mushrooms too. All right, hen of the woods. Oh, and I also got a little turkey tail. This is like, I'm gonna be eating mushrooms out of my ears. Well, not out of my ears. I'm gonna be eating mushrooms. Okay, a lot of mushrooms. Good with onions, good with bacon and onions, good with all kinds of meat. A nice treat. Hen of the woods. All this on one stump. Okay, just so you know. Incredible. I found them maybe about a quarter of that, a third of that on one stump once. And but man, all this on one stump is amazing. All right, well, if you see this video, that means it didn't kill me. Okay, my friends were afraid of mushrooms. So I'll be having some tonight. All right, take care.